Okay, 1500 points versus Eldar. I am running the Hypertoxic Node Sky Tyrant Swarm formation. I've got a Demacion in a drop pod and a Toxic Queen from the Node in a drop pod. There's the Sky Tyrant Swarm. He's got a Lash Whip and Bone Sword combo, rolled on Paroxysm and also Onslaught. We've got the Venom Throats from the Hypertoxic Node. One there, one there, and one there. 2 Biovores on there. Hive Crone, the second Hive Tyrant. He rolled Psychic Scream and Onslaught as well. Doesn't seem a lot on the board. Then we'll hand you over for Eldar.
Okay then, so Eldar wise, we're running 1500 combined arms detachment with 12 jet bikes. First unit over here with scatter lasers, same as the other unit as well. We're running the Warlord as an Autarch with wings, fusion gun, Scorpion Chainsword, and Meat Shield of Swooping Hawks. We've got 3 Warwalkers sat in here with scatter lasers and bright lancers. Over here we've got with 5 Wraith Blades with ghost axes, and as a Farseer just for a little bit of a buff across the army. Avatar of Cain, short on height, hopefully decent enough on the punching power. And we've got 3 Vipers running 2 Shuriken Cannon on each, and then we've got the final set of Wind Riders sat over here. The Farseers ended up rolling on Executioner, Fortune, Eldritch Storm, with a Primaris have died from the Fate setup. Okay then, so Eldar turn 1. During this play turn we bounced the jet bikes up towards to capture objective 5, we moved the Warwalkers up to capture objective 6, gradually lumbering the Wraith Blades a bit further forward to bring the Farseer into some sort of range for dropping guide onto the Vipers, who jumped up to grab objective 4. The Avatar is gradually working his way forwards and across towards the Hive Tyrant, and the jet bikes are gradually moving their way up on the right flank. The Swooping Hawks, which is a big deal from this turn, actually moved up to take some pot shots and take out the gargoyles. And what we see here is the result of the Tyranid turn 1, which I shall pass over to my illustrious colleague.
Okay, so Tyranids turn 1, we moved the Hive Tyrant up. We didn't fly him, we kept him on the ground. We shot the Biovore at the Dooms, and we scattered and we hit the Avatar, but we failed to do anything to him. This Biovore also shot over there. He scattered and hit 1 blade and failed to wound. The Crone took a hull point off the Viper, with the haywire grenades, and the drill cannon did nothing. The Hive Tyrant fired his Brainleech Worms at the 6 bikes, hit with 11, wounded with 11, and then took 1. The next hit of them all, bottom 1, which kind of sad. And then the biggest thing that we did this one was the Hive Tyrant assaulted the Wind Dudes, and just smashed them in close combat, and Nick didn't hit anything back at all. So now it's the start of turn 2, Eldar coming back, and hopefully I can survive this round to get my drop bombs on.
Okay then, so Eldar turn 2, basically the bikes kind of just hung about where they were and shot to pieces of Venom Throat that was sat at the back over here. The Hive Tyrant was charged by the blades, and it sat with a 12-inch charge distance, which is just insane that I managed to pull that off, which is a bit of a shame because the Avatar pulled off the 5-inch charge distance when he needed 12. But you know, we can't really go wrong, it still killed it. The Warwalkers popped a Biovore out of the building from up here. The Vipers tried to have a go at the crone here, but didn't manage to do a lot. We dropped one wound off it, I think, but that was about all. And the bikes that we did have over there, which I'll let my colleague come to, dropped the venom throat from out of the back there as well. So Biovore, Hive Tyrant and Venom Throats dropped off the board my turn, but I did lose the Warlord during the course of that as well, unfortunately, so, but never mind.
Okay, the end of Tyranids turn 2. I failed the reserve roll for the Toxicrete, but I made it for the Demacrion. I did try to drop him behind these War Walkers, but I rolled 12 inches and ended up landing here, so I've put my Demacrion in cover, hopefully not get shot, although I think Avatar wants to go into these blades. The Crone Vector struck the bikes, took off one wound, and did nothing with his shooting the next turn. The Hive Tyrant Vector struck the bikes and then brain each wound the rest of them. He's class. He made his, no, he was in Synapse, he shot at the bikes and then I had to roll a 6 and didn't do anything. He was just giving the Tyrant some saves, although he didn't need them. And yeah, like you say, the Hive Tyrant in this one killed Nick's HQ, but then the Blades AP2 just took him down the rest of the turn. So I start at turn 3.
Okay then, so the Eldar final turn, we had the bikes that dropped across. Unfortunately, we kind of started packing up, but the bikes dropped across and took out the Tyrannocyte drop pod thing that the Demacrion came in on. The Warwalkers dropped a Venom Throat from over in the corner, which meant we could take some pot shots at the Hive Tyrant with the Vipers without ridiculous cover saves. Got a couple of wounds but didn't actually kill it, unfortunately. And then the Avatar went in on the Demacrion combat that was going on in there, and that particular combat was spectacular. We ran it a couple of times with a couple of different dice rolls. First time round, the Avatar absolutely tore a new one through the underneath of the Demacrion, and I will let the illustrious colleague tell you about the second one. But basically it was messy and then messy again. So yeah.
Okay, so the end of the game, like Nick said, we've started to tidy up now, but the end result was Nick won by 16 points to my 13. So as much as it looked like Tyranids were getting washed away, it was actually quite a close game in the end. The Demacrion combat was good. So for the Demacrion, you've got two choices. You can use the Thorax Spine Maw, or you can use the Sickle Strike. The Thorax Spine Maw went against the Avatar, because you have to roll a 6 to get the Spine Maw onto hit. I only rolled 1 6, which only gave me one Thorax Spine Maw shot, which hit a step phase 1, which meant that I went at the same time as Avatar because he assaulted through terrain. Put your strength 10 AP 1 and Nick saved the in run, so that meant he had all of his attacks back, which he actually hit 6 times on AP 1. Demacrion was wiped out. So we ran it again. This time I used a Sickle Strike, and on the same one I managed to get 2 wounds on him, which are instant death on a 4+, and I rolled 2 4s, well 4 and 5 probably, and Nick failed one of his saves, which meant that Avatar was gone, which would have given me the pain to which would have wiped him out. So I think the key is if it's against someone who's as tough as the Flame Dude, then it's going to be using the Sickle Strike. If I was facing a Wraith Blade, which I was hoping he was going to charge me, but he didn't play a ball, it would be better to do the Thorax Spine Maw, because then at least you would get the Feel No Pain tokens. Although how good they would have been, because they all run the AP2 axes and you've only got a 3+ save on Demacrion, so maybe it's good against the lower infantry, but you've got to be careful how you run it. But interesting game, good lists, good game. Probably run it again, but maybe just make a little bit change. But those two formations are pretty badass. Good game. So see you soon.